Yes, what's happening, guys? Welcome back to my vlog. Now, in this episode, what I'm going to do is give you a quick rundown on how things went in the previous week in terms of training and nutrition. Now, nutrition, is pretty much consistent throughout the whole week, just the usual. Mince and rice, oats, bagels, and I think I had one KFC with the missus. Apart from that, didn't really binge or anything, so yeah, nothing changed there. Now training was great throughout the whole week. Had an awesome leg session and got a new PB on the porter squat of 210, which I'm happy with. I could probably push a bit more. On that day, didn't feel like my strongest, but I still managed to get it out. So moving forward, I think that will certainly go up. Now the only issue which I had last week was my chest session. I've been getting a lot of niggles in my shoulders, which certainly affects my bench press and any fly movements. I've retracted my shoulders, I've warmed up a stretch, I've done all sorts, and it's just not fixed the problem. So last week, it wasn't my strongest session. I did what I could. I tried to work around it as much as possible, but in total, it was a decent session. I moved some decent weight and. Yeah, it was alright, but this week I trained chest, did it with my friend Sean. I've not trained with him on chest day for a while, and my niggles that day did seem to have pretty much gone, so I was so happy about that. Managed to move some good weight, we had some fun, I had a good laugh, and the pump was great as well, so I'm happy about that. Hopefully by next week when I start my prep, everything will be 100% or at least 99%. So, fingers crossed, all set for prep. Now, the actual highlight of last week was the BNBF Northern Posing Club. It was the first one of this season. It's run by Joe Peruzzi at the Evolution Gym in Rochdale. It was so good to see everyone. I was actually in two minds about going there because I knew I'd be the only one who'd not started dieting yet. So I'm thinking, I was looking in the mirror and thinking, people are going to be a lot leaner than me, although I'm not terribly out of shape. I've done pretty well this off season in my own opinion, but I just knew people were going to be a lot sharper, so I was a bit like on edge about going, but in the end I thought, Theo, stop being a bitch, just get down there and learn something. So I'm so glad I went, although it was a pain in the ass getting there. I think there was some road closures and there was a lot of traffic there and back, but it was all worthwhile anyway. So for anyone out there who is planning on competing in the BNBF and you live like Manchester or somewhere local, I certainly recommend going to the posing clubs. They happen once a month. If you message me on Instagram or on here, I'll send you all the details and when it will be. Definitely beneficial, especially for those that don't pose much, such as myself. This off season, oh my god, I've not really done any posing at all. I'll be honest, the only time that I pose is if I've come out of the shower and I'm walking past the mirror. I do a few poses, or if I'm walking to the toilet and I'll do a few more poses and that's it. Or if I'm posting a picture for Instagram, that's the only time that I pose. But apart from that, I've not really done much, and it certainly showed like when I went to the posing club, because my endurance was not there at all. To be fair, there's a few of us who was really blowing, like me, James Pointer, Chris Edge. We were struggling, like it was certainly hurting us. I think the only guy there that could actually like pretty much breathe through it was Tom Pointer, who obviously has been practicing, and he's in great shape at the moment. He's always in great shape, great condition. He looks so professional when he does everything. So big shout out to Tom Pointer. I told him, I'm glad that he's there because it kind of gives me a benchmark on how my conditioning needs to be, like heading into my competitions, because in all honesty, I can't see anyone really beating him or being that much sharper than Tom Pointer. So if I've got him as a benchmark and I keep seeing him, then I know where I need to be. Now, James Pointer, he looks awesome as well. I see him in the gym because we go to the same gym, and although he's quite a bit lighter than me, when he starts posing, he's a lot leaner than me at this moment because he's been dieting, and he looks impressive, looks really impressive, looks huge. And it just made me remember the fact that although I'm big, I need to be in peak condition, because it doesn't matter how big you are, if you're not in shape, you know, you're not going to get fully rewarded for the amount of muscle you have. You know, if they can't see it, then, you know, it doesn't matter. The smaller guys are going to look even bigger, just because you can see everything. So under them lights, you know, it's not how you look in the gym or how you look on Instagram. It's when you're on that stage and being stood next to somebody else. When someone's a lot sharper, you instantly, your eyes just go to them. So I need to be in that peak condition, and I certainly will be this year. In terms of posing, I'm starting it a lot earlier than usual. Well, I've already started it now anyway. Usually I like to wait until I'm in much better condition, just so that I can see more of the definition, and it just feels a lot better at the moment because I've got more body fat on me. It's a bit uncomfortable, I've not got the same endurance, and to be honest, I don't really enjoy posing to that. When I get into it, I don't mind it, but because I'm not that great at it, I don't really enjoy it. And I look at myself when I'm posing, I think, no, I want it to look a certain way, and it's just not looking that way. But the actual problem with that is because I don't practice enough to make it look a certain way. So yeah, it's my own fault really. So I need to certainly knuckle down and just practice, because when you're on stage, you want it to look fluent, you want to look professional, and you can certainly tell on stage from those who have been practicing and from those who haven't. So yeah, that is certainly a priority during this contest prep. So my plans this week are to actually just get everything prepared and finalised for next week when I start my prep. So I'm actually looking for a whiteboard. I've seen guys like AJ Morris, they've got it, they have everything, you know, everything literally in order. All I keep hearing is ticking boxes. So when things are structured, which I'm actually planning on doing for once in my life, things should run a lot smoother, because the way I work, it's crazy. I think people would actually just have a meltdown if they live life the way that I do. Now, sometimes I can actually turn, say, 3 tasks, make it something which lasts the whole day instead of just 3 hours, you know what I mean? Just due to my lack of planning. So I plan on learning and growing and, you know, becoming better at what I do, being more efficient, and that way I'll be less stressed. You know, I want my cortisol levels to be as low as possible. I want to have as much free time as possible during this contest prep. If you see my Instagram, I've just bought a new game. Well, it's not a new game, but like Crash Bandicoot for the PS4. So that'll give me something to do, because I do like to have something else to just totally take my mind off bodybuilding. Now, PS4, especially in the later stages of dieting, I can play that and not even think about eating. So I used to play it a lot when I was a kid. You play it and play it and play it, so into the game that you don't even want to eat. It's one of them where it's like, you know, eating, it's just getting in the way, so you just want to continue to play the game. So this will definitely be beneficial in terms of controlling my appetite. All I'll do is just set some alarms, so get my meals in at the right time, and then just go from there. But yeah, this time, some structure. Just watch me, just watch. I'm so happy to be starting prep next week. I almost started this week after the posing club, because I thought I need to lose some weight, need to get in shape, but I've got my plans, and I'm going to stick to them and just move forward from there. So guys, thanks for watching, and keep a lookout for my vlogs in the future. There should be one every week. If I actually get some structure in my life, there will be one every week. If not, you know that I've just been chatting shit and my life's still hectic. So yeah, just keep an eye on my Instagram, my YouTube. Make sure you subscribe, comment, like, or give me some feedback, man. Tell me what you want to know, or feel free to ask me any questions. And for those who have started prep, good luck to yous, and then just keep grinding, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye.